opponent's map pick after a really worrying first map. We're getting straight into the action here. MVP on the T side, sending all 5 players towards the B bomb site here. It's going to be Stacks actually heading towards lower B. So all 5 going towards that snake formation towards lower. Taps and opens things up. He gets a nice headshot and Gold B to defend middle.
B gets the first as well. Missed the first shot significantly wide of the mark, but followed it up, made no mistake. Legia was able to support him with a flash and finds the second kill all on his own. Now they boost Tapson, who's firing high up the ramp toward the B window. That gives Nex information, but Stacks will make it through. And don't forget, oh, maybe do. I take it back. They actually found the player that was waiting on the other side of the doors. I was going to say there was a T that was holding for rotations. It's all on Stacks. He's alone in the site. Bomb ticking. He needs the headshot. He's down to 6, but he still steps up, and that gives HSK the re-entrance from middle.
Fantastic work from MVP, but that's disastrous for Big. They had that round. It looked like the first 3 kills went in their favor. All of a sudden, the smoke down in CT Spawn made things very problematic, and Stacks delivers the goods with headshots all over the shop with the USP, and it's going to be 1-0 as we get into the second round. Double scouts on the Big side. They are going to force by here. Is this going to be where they get back into it? It's unlikely, but going to give it their best. Scouts facing towards middle. Shots exchange. HSK tagged through the door. He's only taken down to 59 on a clean hit.
Cheeky little flash re-peek you could see, and that was indeed brave from Gob B. Okay, that flash did come from Zeta because there was obviously a nade going the other way as well, so it was not a team flash. That would have been disastrous for Gob B if it was. Instead, it was very well timed from MVP. Next, shot onto Zeph, couldn't hit it with the scout, and he gets a ton of damage distributed back his way through the door. The bounce of that Molotov, it falls perfectly into the cubby, doesn't it?
Yeah, Nico throws that one a lot when he works middle on Dust2 as well. Just allows you to really focus it on the right-hand side corner. And Tabson now defending long, but he is low HP. If he even gets 1 kill here, that'll be fantastic. Smoke, he's going to get caught by it. He's going down for sure here. Oh, he's alive, at least for a little bit. He needs some backup desperately as his teammate comes around. That's Legia looking for a second frag. Nails it with the headshot. Bomb goes down. He can fall back towards the car here as Nex watches towards short. Gets another. And Legia, if he hits this shot, he's a god. But
hang on. Yanko and Legia are both Serbian.
Sure.
Both coaches.
Yeah.
Both doing sick. What? Something's going on there.
Something's happening.
Call the Serbs. We got a problem.
Tizian, a chance to win this still. Has to find both of these kills. Not going to happen. Very good effort there from Big, but unless you win that round, that effort is almost in vain because you cannot justify another force by here on the CT side. You have to take the eco. So great attempt. Legia, if he hits that shot towards short, the tagged player, that would have been his 3rd kill, and it would have been absolutely everything. Look at him go. That was fantastic. This is where things got spicy. And next, hit the shot towards short. They really had a chance there, but it didn't work out in the end. Full eco comes through. 1 flashbang purchase, and they're going to send, I think, a push towards middle here on the CT side, but they might be getting more than they bargained for.
HSK just step out. Smoke up on top of Cat rather than the Xbox meant they could see underneath and spot the feet, but it's Zine and Zeta that got by all that. They actually still make it up Cat 1. They've got the entrance on the gay side. There's no left over there. It's just 2 players in mid, and they know that now. And the damage is firmly applied. Stacks closes down on Tizian, and I think Nex is next as they push through the door. Stacks finds another, so 2 for him this round, 4 in the pistol. He sits on 7 overall.
Well, here comes that AWP of Tabson. He said it's going to be an important factor here. Long spawn available for MVP. That's going to be HSK with the best spawn available. AK-47 certainly has the option to go challenge that position. Not going to take it. Zeph does jump down. And they are sending a lot of manpower towards that position.
It's also risky when you all are that close together because if you get that spam shot just into the smoke, you're almost guaranteeing one of you is going to get hit.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it's Zine that goes down first, and it's Tapson on the off that does so. Zeph gets through the flames, and he's kind of stuck.
He was.
And that is well read from Legia.
Yeah, Goods incendiary behind. HE to follow up. Amazing shots here from HSK. My goodness. 3 out of nowhere.
Yeah, where did he get the 3rd one? Must have been a long direct. It was. No, it was that car. Okay, so car, CT, and platform, all from that position. Not bad. Does get caught out at the end, but they've got the advantage only just. 28 HP. For the 2 players versus Nex on 100.
Yeah, well, he got a 1v3 on Inferno which was much taller than this, considering they're such low HP. He has a chance here. Bomb planted. He gets the AWP, suggests he's not going for it, Matt. He's not going to have the information of the low HP. You don't get that intel on online. It's not like matchmaking or anything like that. You don't get told what damage you do after you die or at the end of the round. It's all speculative, really.
Yeah, you certainly have to rely on trust of your aim. And these guys don't fib about it. It's not like matchmaking where you're trying to justify yourself. And you say, oh, yeah, I tagged him. I lit him.
Yeah.
No, they're not going to do that because that's misinformation. So when they call that, they mean it. And obviously, they don't call it unless they're absolutely sure. And in this case, they aren't sure. So Nex has to fade off. It goes 4-0 as a result. And there's not a lot of money. That's why the op's being held.
4-0 MVP. You have to consider that pistol round from Big. They had, what, I think it was a 5 versus 3, maybe 2. And it all fell apart. Now they find themselves 4-0 here. They do save the AWP, but HSK, this was the play that saved absolutely everything. He manages to light them up, and arguably they didn't need to face it as much as they did. They had a huge lead there. It was a 5-on-3. They all commit at once, and great stuff from him, but maybe avoidable. As we get into the next round, not a force buy from Big. They are looking at the bigger picture here, and the B side's open.
I like that angle from HSK. He's already lost the mid battle once to Tabson. So he wants to get into a position where he's in an off angle, watches the close proximity, knows that op's still in play, but it's not going to go to mid this time. It will a bit later on, but he's already departed, and Legia's only got a scout. He still hit Zeph. He got him through the door. It's not bad.
Decent damage, all things considered. Gets him down to half.
This one's going to hurt a lot more if it hits. It's a bit bigger in the weapon. Certainly the bullet, the caliber, whatever. Listen, gun people. The damage is greater. Tabson's got a smoke that he can... Oh, I thought see above. I thought he could actually get more than that on Zine, so... He couldn't. We obviously have X-ray, and it tricks our eyes sometimes to think we can when we can't. He's still being patient. He knows they're there, finds 1, nearly 2 on that because they crossed over each other. Did they double smoke that? They did. That's a bit of a waste in utility, and Tabson is ready for them to push through, knowing with that much utility they're going to. They still find trades that are favorable. B site's wide open, and there might be 2 smokes, but there's definitely still 1 on CT. They can't do anything about pushing through, you're right.
I think the fact they've lost the AWP and the rifle, they might not go for this one. There's still a chance of it with Zeph low.
Oh, they are going to go. I thought Gabi was just going to throw the AKs back and they would get the AWP. I thought that's all they wanted. But maybe they'll consider it. They've got more weapons than they started the round with 2 AKs picked up.
No kits, though. They've got the orb. That's a nice little package to take away.
Yeah, I think that was the primary objective, and if someone peeked on them while they were doing it and they got a kill, maybe you go. Ooh. That's clever from Nex. Figured they might chase.
Yeah, that's not bad. They get the 2 AKs, the orb. That's a really nice little bundle to take into that next round. Tabson with 2 kills. Certainly had a chance to win that one, but obviously it was always going to be difficult with the setup they had. Round 6 and Big. It looks a little bit desperate right now, but it's okay. They can still bring this back to an equal scoreline, even win the half still. So they'll be fine with this. It's a rough start, but it's their map pick for a reason. We'll see what they can do. No double orb set up on the CT side just yet, as HSK will be using the sniper himself up against Tabson again. Will he be challenging middle? We know they've got some tricks up their sleeve. Fast approach as they go for these mid doors again. Tabson seems to be ready for it, but that flashbang, oh, is going to cost him. He hides behind the smoke. Does he get away with this?
Oh, does he ever? He almost got both. He was a millimeter behind, but look at Tizian back in. Look at HSK running and gunning with the pistol, but Nex is happy to push that, knowing he only had the P250. Didn't want to give him time to pick up better weapons. And Stax has the sight but no bomb, and Nex has an AUG and a fantastic aim.
Wow. You could see Tabson, he played that really well. The smoke down towards middle, using that to his advantage almost. They just didn't think he'd be behind it. He manages to stay hidden, and the fact he gets this 1 kill right, this is the important fact. He's not going for more kills. He's just causing chaos. They're all going to focus him. That allows Tizian to swing wide, get the 2 kills, and allow Nex at that point to really start doing some damage.
And that smoke is not there for Tabson. That's the pre-cross smoke. That's the start of the round. So it's not like they see that smoke and they go, oh, there might be a guy in there. They're just going to think, oh, that's just left over. Keep going.
Timeout for MVP. Money not as strong as you might think. 5-1. can definitely afford to take an eco here, but they are purchasing up from what I can see. I'm seeing a lot of utility. An AK-47 as we get into round number 7. Decent spawns towards B. CT's still relying on Tabs and Zorb, and we did say that could be very influential. He's currently sat on 6 kills, 6 deaths. See if we can find a few more. AKs are out. They have fully invested into this round. 4 AKs, 1 pistol. Not too bad at all. Certainly enough to win a round.
Zaf already down through the tunnels. They've sent 4 in that position, but they've split it 2 each way. Bomb being still up on the entrance toward the B site. They've brought the remaining player that left spawn late to that position as well, so it might be a split. And I think it's going to be a 1-4. I think it's going to be a lurk mid. Zef's already done what he needs to do. Just needs to distract. HSK has done a fantastic job of finding Tabston, and Tizian is in a real tiz. Zion's gone around him with the CZ. He'll grab his gun from the ground. And round over. What a response. HSK was lightning quick on the entry, but MVP is now up 6-1. Much better start than Inferno, and we're on the opposite map. This is not their choice.
Yeah, this is weird, but this is where we're starting to see some holes in the defense of Big. That B bomb site has been focused upon, as now it's up to Gobby and Nex, and they'll be holding on to what they have. 2 rifles. They've got 7k on Gobby. There'll be 5k going forward for Tabson, but we'll see now if they can actually survive. Zeta and Zion will be investigating toward long. Gobby is aware of it. Just holding on and seeing if anyone will commit through the choke point. Doesn't look like they will. Zeta fancy it. Just holds up here. Oh, they're spamming him. 10 HP. So close. But 6-1 comes through. And there we have it. Lost bonus still a maximum for Big. You can see all that cash coming through. Gobby's now got $10,000.
That's ridiculous due to the fact that there's no reset anymore. That on the losing team at 6-1, Gobby has 10k.
Yup.
Hot damn, son. Positive reset's a factor. Not quite. Okay, not quite. Zef's got 44. Stacks has 43. There's 34, 28, 36. They're fine. But it would take 2 rounds to break them down, despite being up 6-1. And then you're at 6-3. You've got them broken, 6-4. See how it works?
Yeah.
See how that works? It's like just you put a little rock at the top of a hill covered in snow, and you just push the rock, and then it gathers in snow, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
I've heard of that before, yeah.
Until it runs over your house at the bottom of the hill, Henry.
Yeah, that's perfectly put. Round 8, and we are seeing the Orpstar once again. MVP 6, Big 1. This best of 3 will see one of these 2 teams going home. Tizian makes his way towards a B bomb site. Taps him once again towards middle. And shots fired. No damage inflicted. And it's actually a very fast approach here from MVP towards short. They're trying to punish Legia, and he's ready for him. Smokes down. 2nd kill on the cards. Aim not quite there, though. Flashbang's coming in, and it looks like another success here for MVP. Can Tabson pull anything back? Absolutely not. They've been ran over here.
I think that the scope sensitivity of the AUG almost threw him off there a little bit. It's like a 2x as opposed to a little bit more from the AUG. Kind of overflicked it a bit, didn't he? But that's all right. He still got the first one. Legia is still holding his own. Unfortunately, the rest of the round has not unfolded the same way for his teammates. It's just Tizian, and it looks 7-1 for MVP. I'll point it out now, not that we're too far gone at 7-1, but Overpass is the 3rd map.
Yeah, that's going to be a difficult one to hold together with the coach playing. 7-1 locked in. Tizian to save an AK-47 here, but he's got a lot of company around him. Looks like he'll be certainly going down here. Presence from T-Spawn as well. He's going to try and save the orb, but absolutely no chance of that happening. The trifecta around him is going to be taken down. And there it is. They can recover the AWP as well. 7-1. Money's still there, though. You can see that maximum loss bonus still ringing true, so they're absolutely fine for another buy here. And MVP are displaying quite a brutal game here, man. Lots of fast approaches down middle, up short, and just staying as a death pack almost, just running through towards short, flashes over, and is surprising the CTs who weren't prepared for that one. Double orb set up for the first time, just to note it will be Tizian and Tabson this time. Tizian usually plays in the B bomb site, and that's exactly where he's heading towards now. He actually challenges deep on the site, right in the tunnel there. And next is towards short with the Org, joined by Gobi.
Three on the site, one on the cat. And the push B tunnels, pre-scoped for Tizian. Zion's waiting for it. We saw similar ploys from Chiefs earlier today where they challenge it long, they leave one waiting outside of the B tunnels, they try and get a kill. So passive is Big though in this setup that it's so hard to find that kill because all they want to do is get the kill, cause a reaction, and then Zion will get the information for them. But Zion's pushing in. And again, Tizian's been waiting there with the AWP the whole time. Scoped in, he's got that kill. They now have to commit to the A site with no back plan, no fail-safe. It's working so far, but not when Nex finds his way from the wall. And a third headshot to HSK. Swings back and gets Zeph as well, dodging the flash coming in. And Big pick up the round.
Yeah, much stronger there. Another fast approach. Wolfpack mentality from MVP. This time not landing the shots. And it's Next to find big numbers there as he holds strong. Legia goes down, but Next there to save the day. Always been a bit of a Dust2 master. Oh, that's a really great finish as well. Super strong. Double orb setup now. Again, Tizian and Tabson as we get into the next round, number 10 here. Another timeout for MVP. Remember, I think this was the team yesterday. They took all 4 in the first half. Is that correct? I think this is the team we casted that happened.
Yes, absolutely it was. Yes, I had to think about that for a second. It was, and then we said, and they were playing Renegades. We said, if they have a catastrophic second half, what happens? Well, actually a good one, to the point where they forced Renegades to call a timeout, which so they still get to have their coach come in.
Yeah, that's right, so they got to talk at the end.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit odd to use all 4 of them in the first half, but each to their own. Maybe that's how they like to play. I'm not going to tell them what to do. But there's a smoke towards middle Tizian, and Tabson crossing over. And we'll see whether they can open things up here. It's actually Legia, I beg your pardon, it's actually going in with him. So they are mixing things up slightly, maybe trying to push back this fast gameplay we've been seeing so far.
He's going to hold in the corner as well, on the way in toward the B site. HSK and Stacks are the two that are waiting to walk in. Double hold from mid doors as well. Smokes to cover CT. As well as close. Have they thrown 2? So they're going to do the corner smoke. They can actually push through. They've got a tunnel, which means they can go wide, and they'll send the second player that was at the doors back. It's going to be a 4-1 split with very, very limited information in middle, but Legia's position, he knew exactly what he wanted from it. He gets 4. Tizian closes it out, and it's now 3 for Big.
That's pretty unbelievable. The Org getting it done, close range, finding the headshots, and that's 4 kills Legia. And he's had a quiet first half here, but that makes up for it in buckets and spades. And MVP 7, Big 3, they can still come back and win the half. That's why it's never really too scary. Sure, that scoreline might be daunting, but they're starting to wake up now here on Dust2. They're starting to understand the game plan of MVP as they take a full eco now. Glocks, PD50s, maybe a B rush or straight towards lower, time will tell. It's going to be the incendiary that holds them off for now, at least as Tizian has the orb towards the window. Legia holds middle with the AK-47. At this point, MVP just trying to see what frags are available to them, try and bait out some utility. And it's unlikely to get much more than maybe a kill. If they get a plant, that would be great. Most teams focus towards short in these sort of rounds. We'll see what they have in mind.
Smoke starting to fade. Legia could have potentially had the headshot ready. Stepped wide, and unfortunately.
The grenades have been a bit of an issue today for him.
Yeah, that was a strong suit yesterday. You know what, though? I prefer this. Mr. Multi-kill. Next won't mind either. He's going to sneak up. One of 2 Red Bull-sponsored teams at this event. Fine for Next. Keep in mind, just unbelievably, Renegades are gone already. That's a bit of a shock, I think, to everyone, and it certainly will be a disappointment to many of the home fans. Not at all what they would have looked for coming into this event. Well, I was a bit surprised by that. I thought for sure Qudos was on the cards.
Yeah, it's that's a rough one. Either way, though, one of these teams will not be making it either. Right now, want to map up. Big took Inferno one. That was the choice of the MVP boys. See, HSK actually on the very back hand railing there at T-Spawn. That's quite cool. It's a different angle, not one you necessarily pre-fire. Not many CTs challenge at this level towards T-Spawn, but...
We've had one challenge all game. That was the first round that Tabson had it off.
Wow. Okay, the flashbang very effective as Zeph is held off by the incendiary. Does next want to go any further here? Legia, he takes damage but finds a kill. One in response as well. Zeph waiting for the push towards short. All on the line here as they hold up in their default. Got B alone. And Stack starts to walk in towards B. He does more than walk though. He gets a great shot towards Tizian and cracks the side wide open, but he is alone. Bomb towards short. This could be a fantastic fake and they pull this one off.
Stacks. Very good step, good positioning behind the box. No counter peek position available to him. Gombi gets a kill, but guess what? That's Zine. And you know what Zine was doing? Just hanging out like a sign that said, "I'm just lurking, man." That was really bad. I just want to make a sign joke.
Yeah, that was quite bad.
Bomb's gone down in B. That's let's get back to the game, Henry.
Bomb down, and that there won't be an attempt at the retake. There's too much work to do here. A little bit too far gone, out of position, and a really great round from Stacks there. He had the audacity to walk in towards B by himself. Absolutely destroyed Tizian upon entry. Took down Tabson as well. Nothing really could be done at that point, and like he said, waiting towards long was Zine. Managed to take down any sort of flank potential. 8 rounds on the board for MVP. That's going to be a half victory for them, but Big still have plenty of cash here. And we'll see what the loss bonus sits at right now. It's going to be whittled down. It's still a 3rd stage, so he still gets so much money here. You can see they got 9K on Tabson. Got B, same story. So they've got money for days. AWP will be saved and picked up. We'll see this replay from Stacks. This is a really great shot. Tizian had no idea. Tabson dropped as well.
Take the op for HSK. This time he's going to play it lower. He hasn't fired speculative shots at all, by the way.
He waits for the challenge. He is more for the duel, isn't he, than the actual tag itself. But like you said, no one's really challenging that much.
This will be a push. Flash go, yeah, there's a push. Tizian's going, and they're going to take the AK as well. This is a full challenge.
Stacks is ready, though. That's a great spot. He's getting at least one of these. It's a first. He needs a challenge, and he'll get both.
Well done. He could have easily tripped over himself there with the movement on the second kill, so he does well to hold his composure and get 2. Look at Tabson's response. Well, gotta get to B, boys.
I guess I'll just go to B and hope for the best. Still winnable this round with the AWP up, but it's got B and next towards the A side. You can see, if you look at the minimap top left, those CTs are playing off each other right now. This is a bit of a nightmare. It's hoping for some individual heroics. B open, and even more so now. Tabson goes down, and MVP would be better off just focusing towards B. Surely it will be a round victory, even if Gobi gets a couple of kills. But we will... Okay, hold the phone. Bomb has been dropped.
It didn't go over the rail. I think it's on the ledge.
Oh, no. Not like this. MVP, you can't lose this round.
It's actually behind it, so it's falling backwards. They can still recover the bomb. Zeta's held off Gobi. If it went down to CT spawn, it might have been a bigger deal. Now they can still back away, and they are. They're already planning for that. Stacks is holding CT spawn with the AWP, although he's reconsidering, and so are they. They're going to go back and plant this. I guess take the ground you've got, but now Nex has just got a kill on Zeph with a nade. There's a smoke down CT from before because he was actually anticipating his team was going to rotate. I think this was miscommunication from MVP. They've given Nex a lifeline in this round.
It was a terrible call all round, to be honest. The fact that it's even got to this point, it just shouldn't even be possible. Got 3 kills towards B. Why they go A, I couldn't tell ya. It's Nex now, 2 versus 1. He had a massive clutch before. Can't get close enough to this one. MVP win the round, but that's expensive. So they've got 2 kills on the B bomb site. They've killed Tabson in middle. Surely logic dictates the B site is absolutely fine. They've gone to the only position that potential A players could be and given themselves a really rough time there. That's really not ideal. This was the opener. You've got a 5-on-3 there. You've killed 2 players at B. You've confirmed that. You've killed Tabson, the AWPer, who we know plays middle as well. Why they made that decision, I could not tell you. But they win the round. So doesn't matter too much. Just a very interesting scenario. Legia does challenge towards middle this time. You can see just using the smoke as a bit of a veil there. Round 14, big. You'd think on their pick would have a lot more than this, but they've had some unfortunate rounds too. Orgs are out. Legia, the one to wield the sniper this time.
IEM waiting as well with the set smoke to corner. Not a complimentary smoke at CT this time, though. And the kid's actually got HSK. The man's opping and succeeding. 4 Augs, just to note. We mentioned that Big are kind of like Chiefs this morning, actually. Still going to be running that on occasion. He has rotated as well. He's being dynamic. He's doing it all. He's showing why he's behind them. He's got the brain.
Ooh, flashed, and he's got a chance for a couple of kills here. That should be enough. He will go down, though, however. It's a 3 versus 2, and with the smoke down at doors, that makes things a little bit more complicated now, especially with the long rotation here. Molotov didn't have to be that technical. He's trying to get as deep as possible outside the window. But
I think he was tagged as he threw it, too, which may have slowed his momentum. Or did he throw it just after? Because he definitely took a little bit of damage crossing the door.
Could have been the factor there. But they have got the advantage, Big. Definitely going to go for this one. Need this round, to be honest. They've had so many close calls, but still possible for MVP, even with the disadvantage. Here comes the retake now. Flashes over. Commitment coming in, and then time is ticking away. They have got a couple of kits here. Now no grenades. Who's making the first move here? It's going to be next, but Stax finds the first 2. He's got this, no problem at all, and it's an ace to close things out. Round 14 falls in favor of MVP, and Big just can't catch a break here, Matt.
He's on 17. The next closest on his team is on 9. He leads the way over everyone right now in the server, and what a performance from him. Think back to the pistol. He had 4 kills there. Now he does this, ace clutch. This guy's showing some incredibly good accuracy as well.
Here it comes.
I like it. Was like a GoPro.
It was a GoPro, yeah.
That was cool. Our Extreme Sports edition with HSK.
That is Russian B. I love it. Let's get stuck in, boys. And it will be somehow multiple frags coming in. And Stax has got full control. We know what this guy can do. He continues to find headshot after headshot. Kills are just coming in his favor. Everywhere he fires, he's finding those frags. No problem whatsoever. 3-on-1 now, and God B with it all to do. Bomb hasn't been planted, but he's only got the AUG. And no flashes here. Will he be able to make anything of it?
That's 20.5. 21. No, Gobby has other ideas. Still could be the round, though. Thanks, Stax. What a performance. And if ever there was a time that it was needed, when your backs are against the wall and tournament life on the line, Gobby wants to get the nade back in, but isn't sure where to throw it.
This is the big Molotov. They actually started doing this one first.
It's interesting. It would spread out and clear the box area. He can fall to the right. I think there's still a gap behind the window. Either way, gives him less to worry about on the way through. However, HSK shuts it down, and MVP are in the lead 11-4. What a performance.
Absolutely. This is going to be a massive task for Big to get back into this one, but I'm sure they're capable of giving us a decent game. You'll have to find out after this break, ladies and gents.
Under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Baby, leave it the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we won't ever know what we're after.
We are back in Sydney. Intel Extreme Masters continues on, not for much longer today. We get into our final half potentially on this stream, although if I was a betting man, I would say we might have a whole other map because it is 11-4 for MVP on Dust2.
I think you might be right, but Big, they chose this map for a reason. We'll see what their T side looks with. Legia in the ranks. They've got 2 smokes right now, a couple of flashes as well. And MVP with the diffuse kits and flashbang combo for Zeph. And they've been very aggressive on their CT sides today. And we'll see whether they continue that. But it's a long take for now. Yeah, sets up the flashbangs for his teammates. Taps and waiting for that to go off. And out they go.
Zeta. Looking like hot cheddar. Is that a little better?
What is this play?
Run boot. Oh,
No,
they
they're
failed it.
peeking over the car with a boost.
That is actually smart. I thought they were going
They
to
might be able to get something out of this. It's clear that.
Did they see it? They did. Oh, look at Tapson's aim. He definitely saw it.
I don't know.
Get a little closer.
He
Yeah, he
did see
did
the
there.
shoulder,
Yeah, he
yeah.
did there. He had to have seen it there.
So have they got a Molotov? No, they have no HEs.
But they know he's there. All they need to do is somehow stir him from the hive.
Yeah, so they're waiting for him to peek or get a bit of intel. But he's actually focusing towards, I don't know, CT spawn right now? Oh my goodness. See you later, Tabson.
Wow. I thought it was going to be a run boost to get information for the platform so they could overwhelm and run them down, but they even knew Zine was back there. He finds 2, and Zeta, he follows up that first spectacular shot with the second, but they're not done. Nex has 2 of his own. He's got 2 left to find. They're the 2 that are absent from the site, naturally, and the bomb will be planted. Ooh, he might be overthinking this a little bit. Not unwise to do so perhaps on the pistol because it's not necessarily guaranteed that they are playing a 3-2 split. They are playing a default, so maybe he was anticipating they were out toward Cat or were already pushing for information, but bomb is safely planted this time. Kit, not in play yet. There is one down. You just saw it at the cross at the top of the CT ramp.
That position, this is so high risk now. You can see he's got 2 positions to watch, essentially. That's not ideal. Could have got the USP there, tried his best. Unfortunately, they did the perfect maneuver, coming in together, pincering in. And that information they got from the boost, really nice little idea there. We haven't seen anyone do that. We've never casted a moment like that where they've boosted up to look, but they get that intel and they're so focused on it that it actually leads to their demise, I think.
I think, yeah, absolutely. I think you have to go a step forward as well because he was jumping to see it. If he was a step forward, I think he would have been able to spot it sooner, but they still got it. It was still cool. That shot was just stunning.
Yeah. It's Tabson as well. You take down their strongest unit. And the smokes come through. Oh, they forcing this. They've gone for the tactical purchase. So this is next on the AK. And the idea is they're going to aim to at least get a bomb plant this round and hopefully get 2 or 3 kills. Still a chance to win the round, but not a full investment here. They need to get the plant, though, to really justify this. So they're going to hold up. They do not want to really let the enemy know they have this AK. And the aggression continues here. You can see it's calculated, though. They've got a smoke down towards the deep side of the long doors. HSK. Lovely peek. That's the first shot, no problem.
Again, I'll mention it. Overpass, 3rd map.
Indeed. Might be a likelihood now.
The 1 AK. The single AK purchase for Tabson. How's that A-stream update looking?
I will go check it out right now. Let's have a look.
My phone has departed this world for today, at least. So I can't get into that, but Tizian is going to try and get into the A site. He'll go first. Tabson's still just behind that, wants to trade off the information.
2-0 MIBR. It's over.
Wow. Spectacular from them. That's exactly what they wanted. Scout shot Zeta. It'll hit Tizian. Puts him very, very vulnerable against the rifles. They're vulnerable as it is because they don't have a lot of armor to work with. Tabson, again, has the only gun. Bomb planted, though, for him. Now, what's the call for him in this position? He's playing short. If all goes wrong too soon, they've already got a money injection from this. Does he just get the AK and get out? Because now they know where he is. He's still going to hold it. He's going to have to. They're going to have to make it work more efficiently, though, because he only got the 1 kill. The AK gone. Stacks. Zeta, HSK, each finding kills 2 for the former, and the defuse to go 13-4.
That's pretty wild, I have to say. They are looking quite scary now, MVP. As the series goes on, they're starting to wake up more and more. And I thought Tabson, that's sort of prime opportunity for his sort of playstyle, right? He's got teammates to take distraction, the bomb's down. He's got an AK-47. He's got some backup as well. You'd think he'd find a few scalps, but only gets the 1. But they got the plan. We said that was the all-important factor. And now we get into the next round. It means they get a full buy here. Tabson gets the AWP out on the T side. No armor to go with it. Mac 10 for next. So this suggests to be something quite fast. We will see. Legia down towards that T steps, and it's going to be... How has he got an AWP kill at the start? Did he just peek down?
Yeah, he just straight peeked from the tank.
No way.
Yeah, there's the blood from where he was tagged. And Zeph gets tagged as well. HSK's on 5, and Zeph is on 28.
Straight up faces out from the AWP. You don't see that too often.
That's bold.
And he's pulled it off.
That's quite a good position, that smoke. As such, I don't think it's going to yield much because of the position at long cave, although that flash being up close, the trajectory of it does, and Tizian capitalizes with Tabson throwing one over in return, nearly a lineup, but no kill at all. Zeta gets taken down, Tizian continues forward. This might be the big stealing back their first round of the second half.
It's looking good. There's low HP on 3 of them. Next did what he could with that Mac 10. Godby's heard the footsteps, and he should be able to get a couple of kills here. Doesn't overcommit to the second. Wants to make sure he can guarantee it. There it is. Nice work. HSK and T-Spawn will find 1 frag back, but he'll have to fall back now because he's only got 5 HP. Bomb down. Big indeed do find that first round of the half. But it's going to be a long road to get back into this game now. They're going to be 13-5 down. Money will be reasonable on the MVP side, not amazing. HSK will be able to drop 1 weapon. Stacks will need that. Rest of them, it might not be worth it. Considering the lead they have, I don't think it's really worth investing into this, even to save Org. Just get some maybe PT-50s around it. Bit of basic utility, see what you can do. I don't think they have to fully invest, but we'll see what they have in mind.
Beat was pretty instrumental, at least closing out on the final kills, but a 5th round is all big get. I shouldn't say all a round. They get a round. That's ultimately the goal of the game. So it's not like it's all they get, but it is only the 5th.
Yeah.
So we'll see if they can build upon that. Stack's the only one over toward B, and he's the only one not part of the stack. So we've got Stacks and Stack.
Lots of it.
Just the Deagle.
Not going to find anything just yet. MVP do fall back from long. Big can have an educated guesser up against an eco at this point, but long control given to Zine. Oh, it's perfect range for a CZ, right? And you get the information. If any T's want to walk into long doors, you actually get a bit of an advantage with the shadow. And that's something they want to avoid. Legia is the one watching it. He's not challenging the position, though. He's waiting for any push to come through as his teammates get set up towards B. Always a scary choke point to go through against these pistols. Stacks waits in towards the cubby hole. It's going to be a backup from Zeta as well. He's got a couple of kills here, Stacks, I reckon. We'll see what happens.
Stacks.
They're not going to check him out. They're definitely not.
They're not, but you're still putting a lot of pressure on the Deagle to hit. Find 1. Second works. Ooh, Tabson. If he had hit the 3rd one, we were on for something because next is low, but he's got the AK, and he's got the range advantage. Big hold on to get their 6th.
There it is. Couple of kills. Could have been a 3rd. 13-6. Big. Win the round. Expensive one. Money's still not exactly stable for MVP. There was a buy there, but I think maybe another partial buy is in order. They've got a huge lead here. Don't have to throw it away. Investing and running their own cash. They're going to get 3 HE grenades. I assume they'll go towards long. Made the doors, and they're sending all 5 players there. So they smoke middle to take that. Oh, they're going to get a kill here for sure. If they get those nades in, it's going to be disastrous for Legia. Oh, they've done so much damage, and they're challenging.
I think the 2 nades they needed missed. Only 1 got in. I think they both went behind the door.
Did they? They got 2 kills.
perhaps. Okay, maybe the trails had already left. It looked
Yeah.
like they both bounced. Because, okay, fair enough. They both landed in the door frame, and only one made it all the way through. So there you go.
Yeah.
See?
Couple,
There was
yeah,
two on
one,
the right.
yeah, one that didn't. Yeah, it's a difficult one to make. It's not like it's a miss because you are flashed, obviously. So you have to try and get in there blind. As long as a couple made it in, get a couple of kills. Still possible to win this round. Oh, even more so now. What a shot that is.
HSK has to play the ramp. Yeah, and that's the problem with it. It's such an awkward position. You either have to stay stationary and hit a very challenging shot that you don't really get to control the headshot angle on, or you've got to get out of there. And he kind of got caught in transition. Stacks left with the P250, but he's got a chance because Tapson jumped. If he had hit that bomb down, don't write them out of it. 7 now for Big, 3 in a row.
Well, the money's starting to look much better for MVP now. Will they bring out the firepower? Maybe a double orb setup is on the cards. Maybe a pause as well. Do they have any left? They did use quite a lot of them in the first half. First AWP purchase. So these guys in the orgs, there's a secondary orb, have been stunning. I want to see more of these audacious picks towards middle. It'll be HSK alone on the B side, using the smoke, listening out for the shots. Tapson right in the T-spawn boxes. There's aggression again from the CT side. He doesn't see it coming, and this has been a calling card of theirs on their CT forces. Just pushing out and finding anything in front of them, and that's a nice opening kill.
Yes, swinging it around. Does he know Stacks is there? He certainly heard him scurrying. And he makes, no mistake on spotting the player, but does on getting the kill, even at the early dink, 1 HP. Stacks gets yet another kill. I think that's his 25th. As he continues to lead the way, inspirationally and on the scoreboard. Zeph's been dropped. We're not done yet. No siree. Bomb can go back down catwalk, and there's no one on top of the site. In fact, they've already got Tizian to clear out Goose.
He's actually on the A side. That's kind of remarkable. But Zeta, he might be in trouble here. This is the standoff. This kill in CT spawn could decide who wins the round.
I don't know who yields first. I think Nex is just going to stay there. Why would he move? He's looking for rotations.
He has no idea the CT's there, though. If he kills one of his teammates first, could be in trouble here. No, absolutely not. Nails it. And Stacks still on 1 HP, this time with the orb, has given them at least another fighting chance here. That's even better, and God B goes down.
If they win this now, having Stacks stay alive because Legia couldn't follow up on the kill, as much as we've praised Legia for playing very well with the coach, this one costs us dearly, and Zein's got the shot. That's going to be 14 MVP. We had so much momentum going for Big, and that just got thunderously stopped.
Yeah, that was looking so good. Next gets those 2 kills, and challenging long wasn't really required, right? He giving them an access point there. He goes down, and then they can pincer, and Tizian just had too much to do there. It's going to be 14-7. Money is looking pretty catastrophic for 2 players. They can adjust and find at least enough rifles to win a round, but let's open things up with this AWP pick. Next, with the 2K and Spawn, you thought that was the swing point for them, but this is looking likely to be a 3rd map now. Maybe the B rush of the MAC-10s is coming in. Tapson and Tizian with the SMGs are sending a lot of manpower in towards this side of the map. It is the B rush map. In we go, extinguishing the smokes. HSK caught with the nades out. The flashbangs are decent, but the shots in return are even better. It's looking likely to be at map point for MVP here. God B left with just the Krieg. He gets 1 consolation frag, but he's got a lot of work to do here to recover this one.
I'm digging this Stacks guy.
Yeah, he looks strong, right?
His aim, his awareness, crosshair placement is excellent. He's reading things very well. Not taking too many risks in the business either. And we're on map point for MVP again. I mentioned it, 3rd time's a charm. It'll sink in. Overpass is next, and I'm going to say that happens now, unfortunately. They've run out of money, and it all came crashing down last round. Legia could have changed the fate.
Indeed. Goodness gracious.
Still on 14 kills. 23 for Nex, and I think that's fair. He's had a good Dust too. Stacks has 30. 30 in 23 rounds. Not bad. That has been tagged through the door. Smoke on Xbox means that Zeph couldn't see anything when he did look out from CT side of mid. Smoke down on the entrance point, but even though Cat, that allows you to get further up, there was a incendiary on the other side of it, so they couldn't go. Otherwise, buy Zeph some information because they go back toward middle and he sees one dropping back down off catwalk. Very standard default right now.
Yeah, this is going to be very problematic for Big. They've got Deagles, a Tech 9, a Scout. They just have to flash in towards A. And, well, that's going to cost them some time here. Either just go for it and go for the smoke, or patiently wait and be vulnerable to potential grenades coming through. There's actually not that much utility on the CT side. There is a chance this could work out, as they have Tapson outside long. Is this the commitment we're looking for? The gear flashes over. Doesn't really affect the CTs at all. Smoke and spawn. I assume they're just going to go off this. We'll see.
Zeta, good find on the first one. Gets on the car. Gives him just enough above the smoke. Tries to buy space for HSK, but the corner smoke is key, and so many teams don't throw it. You can see the power of it, even with pistols. The op can't kill everyone. It just can't fire fast enough, and you can isolate the player at Goose. Now you've got a round on this. Zeta staying alive, though, back down to long. He gets Gob. That allows Stacks, of all people, to start sliding in on the AK, but Nex is up to that, and he's got the AUG picked up. He knows exactly where Zeta is, and despite that he's got the AWP, he'll elect not to use it and back off. Big's going to get number 8.
Absolutely are. No problem there whatsoever. Zeta has to fall back. Big will take things at least for another round. That was the short approach to the Desert Eagle. Good smokes and flashbangs. You see that execution making things very difficult for the AWP. You're right. This shot from the AWP gets one, but then overwhelmed by those flashbangs made things very problematic, and Big managed to scrape through the round. Next on 26 kills and 12 deaths here. It's Tabson 11 and 17. He's bottom fragging essentially as him and Godby at the bottom. Tabson hasn't had the best series here, Matt. They had the victory in the first map, but they need him to come online, especially with the absence of Zantares. Tabson needs to be really rocking the server completely. We need to see him at the very top. He's had a quiet game here. Not going to be inspiring his teammates, but they've got out towards long. They gear up and next, leading the charge here. Galils, Kriegs, and AKs.
Zeta just took Tabson out of the picture. That was at long. And I think he was on the ledge above, peeking the platform. We didn't get to see it, but either way, it's the start that MVP wants. The op getting the kill. Nagia is hoping he'll try that again. Fool me once, shame on you. Try and fool me twice, death to you. That's what my mom always said. That's why I never bothered to try and fool him twice. Zeta, he'll get next. Zine still on the site. Oh my goodness, the op. It's going to make the difference. All the difference. Or is it? I thought Zine would come in and capitalize. HSK does instead. 16-8. They double the score that Big achieved.